Homeless adults, a vulnerable population. Homelessness is defined as lacking regular nighttime residence or having a primary residence that is temporary shelter or other place that is not designed for sleeping. The Department of Housing and Urban Development counted 653,104 homeless Americans in 2024. It is estimated that 150 million people worldwide are homeless, and approximately 1.8 billion lack adequate housing. The adult homeless population faces many health disparities, including chronic health conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, asthma, physical and sexual abuse, and neglect. A study of the newly homeless people in the New York City shelter system found that 13.12% had hypertension, 5.4% had diabetes, 13.12% had asthma, 27.1% had major depression disorders, and 41.1% had a substance abuse disorder. People who are homeless also have an increased risk of premature death. The homeless population faces many vulnerabilities, including exposure to health risks, mental health challenges, violence, abuse, and limited access to services. Some social determinants include lacks of economic stability, lack of education access, lack of healthcare access, a lack of social and community context, and a lack of a neighborhood, according to Healthy People 2030. The homeless population has many high rates of acute and chronic health conditions with many barriers to accessing health services. Our focus as healthcare providers is providing mental health care for adult homeless population. The rationale behind choosing this focus is that 30% of the homeless population has a severe mental illness, and many physicians and healthcare providers receive little training in social determinants, often viewing them as off-limits or distracting from signs and symptoms. The mental health needs of the homeless population include access to services, ontological security, autonomy, hope and purpose, empowerment, and social connection and belonging. Barriers to healthcare for the homeless population are financial resources, insurance status, as well as experiences of discrimination. The homeless population has an overall lack of trust, lack of access, and stigma in the mainstream healthcare. Homeless population feels judged and feels they are treated like second-class citizens when they are trying to receive health care. Nurse-led mental health care. In order to reduce these health inequalities, dedicated senior mental health and physical health nurses have been deployed to work within and alongside local statutory and voluntary homeless organizations. This decreases the barriers to accessing mainstream healthcare while homeless. This impacts access through a person-centered approach. Goals as a healthcare provider are to reduce the stigma and advocate for healthcare equality, provide preventative care, and promote mental and physical well-being.